This is how to edit a video. First, you have to download a video editor. I'm going to use Shotcut because it's simple and free. Go to shotcut.org and download the version for your system. To import a video, click the button on the top left corner that says Open File. Select your video in your computer's folders. Your video should play in the Source tab. Drag the video to the bottom of the screen where it says Timeline. Back to the top left. There's a button called Open Other. This can let the video editor create colors, noise, zebra mode, bendy lines, plasma, beep, and counting. This can all be added to your project to make it look cooler. The next step is to set the picture quality of the project. Assets can have different resolutions and frame rates. The project's quality should be decided at the very start. If you change it at the end, some filters can break. Go to the toolbar and click on Settings, Video Mode. I like to use HD 1080p 60 frames a second. It's a good enough quality before your computer has a seizure. This of course means you can't save caught in 4K. The timeline is where your video will play. You can add videos and pictures to be played. When you export the video, this is what will be played. This is the video Never Gonna Give You Up. I just want the start of it. Import it with the Open button and drag it to the start of the timeline. Press the Fit button to see the whole clip in the timeline. To shorten the video, drag the funny little line called the playhead. Place it where you want the video to end. Press the S button on your keyboard to cut. If you don't remember that, just click the split button on the toolbar to split at the playhead. After you split the clip, you have to delete the part to the right. Click on it and press the delete button on your keyboard. There is another way to make a video shorter. Move your cursor to the edge of a clip and wait for your arrow to turn into a double arrow. Click and drag to trim the edge of the clip. You can now see that the clip ends much sooner. You can manipulate clips very well with the filter function. Some useful filters are size, position, rotate, crop, distort, brightness, contrast, mute, rich text, corner pin, elastic, glitch, gain audio, reverb, blur, color grading, and old film. Click the filter button at the top left of your screen to open the filters pane. Make sure you click on the clip that you want to change. Press the plus button to add a filter. For example, you can search for the size, position, and rotate filter, probably the most useful one. Here you have the power to change the video or image's position, size, and rotation. You can also change if the filter can distort the aspect of the clip. I use this function all the time in my video projects. If you see above the timeline on the left, there's a Properties tab. When you select the clip and go to Properties, you can change things like the speed and pitch of the video, aspect ratio, file format, and you can even reverse the video. You can also find the Properties pane by right-clicking on your clip and pressing the Properties button. Back to filters. If you want to make a clip move around the screen, you'll have to use keyframes. In size, position, and rotate, there are these little stopwatch buttons. These activate the keyframe mode. Move your video or image to the left of the screen. Then, go to the start of your clip and click the keyframe button. This will save the attributes of the current state of the filter. To make the next keyframe, move the player head to the end of the clip and move the video to the right of the screen. This will automatically create another keyframe for the filter. Now when you play your clip, it will move to where each keyframe was placed. You can have multiple different keyframes for one filter and multiple filters using keyframes on a clip. Simple.
Simples.
To export the contents of your project, press the Export button in the top left corner of your screen. It has a little CD icon. Press the Advanced button on the Export pane to see the resolution it will export at. Press the shiny blue Export button and choose where you want your final video to be exported to. I usually place it in the same folder where my project file is and add an underscore to the front so you can easily find which video is the export. The export will show up as a job. Open the Jobs pane if you would like to see how much has been exported and the estimated time remaining for the export. Something to keep in mind is assets need to be kept in the same folders for the project to work. If they get moved or renamed, Shotcut won't be able to find it. Every asset you add to the project should be in the same folder as the project file. The project file is just a set of instructions on how to assemble all of the different videos. The videos aren't added into the project file, or the project file would get extremely large. If you do not organize your files, Shotcut will show an error when you next open your project. You will have to search for the missing files. Finally, if you want to, you can upload the video to YouTube. Go to studio.youtube.com and log in with your Google account. Press the upload button and select your file. Make a title and a thumbnail, and it's ready to release.